I just got rejected by the love of my life. I haven't even looked at a man in 10 years. Like, I really was not interested in other men when I was married. I wasn't,
Sarah, yeah.
And so I was like, are there even hot guys at 31? Like, are they all there? I know. I'm like, oh my God. The world was at my fingertips, and I didn't know.
She's like, I'm 30. It's over for me.
Yeah, that was how I felt. So I was like, I got to get out there. I got to figure out, if guys are even into me.
Right.
I started dating too soon, but it was fine. I mean, I've been dating pretty much nonstop ever since.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Hey Babe, Can We Talk? With me, your host and bestie, Drea Renee. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the place where the hot mess expresses the black sheeps of love. And for those who just can't seem to get it right when it comes to matters of the heart, I am you, you are me, we are one. And if no one else gets you, I do. And if you're returning, I missed you. And we're going to have a great episode. On today's episode, we have licensed therapist and content creator with us, Sarah Hammill. We're going to be talking about the challenges and the emotional toll of modern dating. It is so real, you guys. It's going to be a good episode. But before we get into that, make sure you guys hit the like, follow, and subscribe, and comment down below because I love to hear from you and it helps the episode. So without further ado, let's get into it with my girl, Sarah.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming, flying in, and doing all the things.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Very excited to be here. I'm a huge fan and I love podcasts, so I couldn't resist the invitation.
Oh my God. And I'm a fan of your clip that went viral. I mean, the Meltdown clip was so me. I felt so seen. And I was like, she gets me. So I want to talk a little bit about, we're going to just jump right into it, about what inspired that clip. Did you know it was going to go viral and the whole process?
No, I almost didn't post it. It was a day, I promised myself I was going to post as close to every day as possible for a year. And so sometimes I have days where I don't know what to post. And that was one of those days. I was like, I have this clip. I don't really like it, but I promised myself I would post. So I just let it fly, and then it went mega viral.
So you posted every day for a year, and
close to every day.
Every day,
yeah.
Right?
Not without, there were things here and there, but yes.
Wow! And that date that you went on, does that guy know about the clip?
No, I don't think so. Although
Really?
I get messages when they go mega viral. Because it's not my first video that's done that.
Yeah.
I will hear from people I would never have expected to see it. It's possible he saw it. But if he did, he didn't tell me that he saw it.
Right. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he saw it. He's like, oh my God, I was the guy that she went on the date with.
Totally. He probably is mortified.
So what was going on through your mind in that moment? What was happening for you? Because, we're talking about the toll of modern dating. You said you felt overwhelmed. Like, what was going on that day? Or was it just the overall dating?
It was that day in particular because my account started to go bananas because I have a series about a feral cat that I've been rehabbing. And it was right in the period of time where I went from like 2,000 followers to like 150,000 followers in like a month. And
in like a month?
Yeah,
Sarah?
it happened really fast. And I was trying to post every day. I was staying up till 1 a.m. every night trying to push content out. I work a full-time job, so I clock out of my regular job at 5 and I was clocking into social media until 1. And so
oh my God.
Yeah, and so and then, of course, I record all my dating stuff. I record all my get ready with me's.
And that's a lot.
It's so much. I don't think people understand, actually. It's like doubles the get ready time because I have to think about the angles and what I'm trying to do.
And like where you're filming. And then like sometimes I'll shoot stuff and there's just
the
one little thing in the way. And I'm like,
everything.
I'm like, oh my God, I have to do it all over again.
So it was that. It was like, I'm going on this date. It's a third date. I have an audience that is invested in glasses. That's what we called him, glasses guy.
Glasses guy. Hey, glasses.
And so I knew I needed to film something. I couldn't go on my third date without recording it. And I just crashed out. I was like, I can't do this today. And then I just started sobbing. I didn't realize how tired I was until I started recording, and then it just kind of snowballed.
Oh my God. And it was just, honestly, you encompass like everything that I been experiencing. And
really?
Going, yes. Because it's overwhelming, like getting ready, hoping that this is your person. I mean, I'm not sure where you are in dating, but like I'm not dating just to date.
No.
I was dating to like find someone, and I'm just exhausted of it. And what's been happening, because I'm still single, hello, it's something happens, or maybe the honeymoon phase disappears or whatever it is. And it's really difficult. And I want to keep the framing of dating positive, but the truth is, it's overwhelming at times.
So, and especially, I actually don't know how old you are. I'm 42. And so that was part of it. That was what was going on with him in particular, with glasses in particular, is he was very upfront about being open to kids. He was 40, he had kids, and he was like, yeah, I'd have more. And he even said on our second date, if you're dating someone who's not sure if they want kids, you shouldn't be dating that guy. Like, there are guys out there who
He
do.
said that?
Yes. And that's why I was,
glasses.
yeah. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm not really feeling this connection, but I want a family. He's incredibly handsome. He checks all my boxes. Let me just try one more date. And I probably should have just thrown in the towel after 2, but it was the kids thing. I was like, I'm 42. Like, I gotta rally.
I can relate to that so
Yeah.
hard, because when you do meet someone, especially dating in this age range, they maybe already have kids.
Yes.
Or they are unsure, or it's a hard no.
Or it's a hard no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you do hear the hard no, and this has happened to me with somebody that I had chemistry with, and it's really difficult. And then on the other side, there's a guy that's available and ready. And I'm like, I ain't got no chemistry with this guy, but I guess, okay, you know? But in my heart, it's like, I know that this isn't going to work. And it sounds like you kind of knew, as you said, with the chemistry.
I knew on date 2.
Why do we do that,
I knew on date 2, but he said the thing about kids, and I was like, can this please work?
Right.
But it didn't.
And talk to me about the response that you got from women. And even, I don't know, maybe you got responses from men too.
I did get a lot of responses from men, although they weren't the most pleasant responses.
Shocker. Shocker.
There are some good guys out there for sure. Especially on my account. I have lots of great male followers, but mostly it was women saying, this is me. I've never seen something so relatable in my life. I've been there, girl. Go home and crawl in bed. You know, the women that I encounter on social media are mostly incredibly supportive. So
yeah.
That was what the response was.
Oh, that's so amazing. Because, you know, being a content creator and putting yourself out there so vulnerably as you did, it can be really scary. And sometimes the feedback is not always positive. And so shout out to you for just keeping doing it, you know, no matter what anybody says.
I really believe in the mission of it. Like, the mission being, we have to show, I think as women, we don't have to do anything, but as a therapist and a public figure, I feel like it's really important to show what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
And that nobody has it all together. And I think that freaks some people out, especially men. I think that they don't understand maybe how women are. I don't know, like behind the scenes, like when we're not on a first date or something. I don't even know. But, I got a lot of men in the comments like, red flag, red flag, red flag.
To you?
Oh, yes. This guy got lucky because I ended up filming my recap date. And I was, oh, yeah. This girl's crazy. I can't believe this girl's a therapist. Yes.
God forbid you're a therapist
With
and you
feelings.
crash out and have feelings.
Totally.
Oh my gosh. Like, are you human?
Yeah.
I didn't know therapists were robots.
Well, that's why I feel like it's really important to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. I want to touch on what you just said, men not understanding that aspect of getting ready, going on the date, and just all the stuff that comes with that. I don't think a lot of men do understand that. So it's so vulnerable of you to show that side, because you don't have any makeup on. You were like in the thick of it. And it was really like, for me, it was beautiful to see, because I was like, I have so been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what men think goes on behind closed doors. I think that
do they think we're just sitting there like in our princess tutus being like,
I think to a certain extent they do think that. I also think that men don't have permission to actually feel the way that we have permission to feel. I don't think men themselves have those kinds of crash outs. I think it's more rage fueled for men, and for us it tends to be more vulnerable. Mm-hmm. We're more comfortable crying. We're more comfortable kind of breaking down. Men are socialized not to do that. I think when they see it on social media, in my experience, there's a lot of shame that gets thrown my way by men. But I think it's internalized shame, so I try not to take it personally.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you just can't. I remember when I got my first weird comment, I had to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And like you said, really focus on the mission of like what I want to say to people.
Yeah.
Because if I get caught up in that, because there'll be like 50 great comments, and then there's just,
oh my God, it's only the one that matters
to talk about. And I'm like, Drea, no, this is just part of it. You know what I mean? But I want to talk a little bit about your backstory, your relationship, and like the things that you went through, and now you're 40 plus. And
yes, let's do it. You want me to just roll?
Yeah, roll into it.
Well, so I went to a Christian evangelical college.
I say what now?
Yes. All of my best friends, listen, all of my best friends were married or engaged by the time that we graduated college. Married by the time we graduated
What is
college.
this? 22?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was kind of the late bloomer, so to speak. I met my ex-husband now when I was 23.
Whoa.
I had just graduated
Old
college.
maid.
Yeah.
Stop it. Get the cane.
Yeah. I felt that way though. I was doing the math backwards. From the time I was literally 21, I was like, I want 2 kids. I don't want to have my last kid any later than 33. So if I have a kid at 33 and a kid at 31 or 30, and I was just doing that, and I was like, I've got to get on it. And so I met my ex at a bar. I bartended at the time. So
Okay.
I met him at the bar where I worked, and he was very gracious and wonderful and charming, and we fell in love, and we were together for a long time.
Was he also Christian?
No.
Oh.
He was raised Catholic.
Okay.
So we had similar values, and that was important to me to like talk about that stuff, but we weren't exactly the same. He was not nearly as conservative as I was at the time. He was like a wild boy in college. He partied and played sports, and we came from different worlds in that way. But he had a good heart, and we fell in love, and he was a very good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was as, good for as long as it went for, but then it all kind of unraveled. I think he was a people pleaser. And so there were things going on and ways that he was unhappy that I didn't know about. I was not.
What was y'all's communication like?
We went to couples therapy. We were in couples therapy.
Okay.
I was training to be a therapist at the time. We talked about feelings all the time.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I was fully blindsided. He came home one day.
Oh gosh.
I had no idea. We had just bought a house. We were trying to get pregnant. He came home one day and was like, I don't love you.
Oh, Sarah, stop.
Yes, that happened. Yeah, that's what happened. I was 31.
You were 31?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he literally and what did you say?
I begged him for a good month. We were in couples therapy at the time. My couples therapist said to me, Sarah, I have never been blindsided by a couple before. I did not see this coming.
Because
a couples therapist. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because she's been working with you, and that just did not seem that was the case.
We weren't talking about getting divorced. It had never come up. Ever.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And so after a month, then did you just surrender to it and you just said, okay, this is what's happening?
There are some details that I became privy to. And
Yeah.
I said, if you're going to continue with this, are you filing for divorce? If so, you can't live here, basically. I want to stay together. I want to fix this. Let me just say, I don't know all of what was going on, but he got married 5 months after our divorce finalized. So, yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I figured out some of that and was like, you can't live here unless you want to work on this. And so he moved out. And then it was like fully over. And I started dating really quickly after that.
Okay. I was going to ask. That was my next question.
Yeah.
First of all, I am so sorry that happened to you, but also you wouldn't be here. So I'm super grateful that you were here and sharing all these stories with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's water under the bridge now.
Yeah.
I wish him well. I really do think he's a wonderful person. I think we were very young when we got married.
Yeah.
And there were some other things that I think just impacted his decision making at the time. And that's what happened. So,
right. And I mean, who are you at 23, 22? You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys are the same age, but it's like, I think about Drea then and then Drea now and girl.
I know. Would you want to be married to some of those decisions that you were making?
Tell you.
None of us would. Yeah.
Homegirl is sober for 16 years. So no. That Drea was, she was not well.
Yes.
She was not well.
Same. Yes, I'm sober too.
Yeah. So you, it's like that's a whole different, on top of my anxious attachment.
Yes.
Yes. We're talking crazy time.
There's so much to work through and you don't know it when you're 20. If you're anything like I was, when you're that age, you think that you're not going to make the same mistakes that your parents made, that you've been to therapy, and that you're just going to keep it moving and all is going to be good. That is not how it played out for me, but I don't regret any of it. I feel like it was pushed me in the direction I needed to move anyway.
Yeah.
More independence. Again, I came from evangelical world. So for me.
Right. I was going to say, what was that like?
I was like, I would say in high school that my dream was to be a pastor's wife. That was my vocational aspiration was to be a pastor's wife. like, not like I want to have this job or that job.
Right.
I want to marry a guy with this job. I also was like, I want to be a politician's wife. One or the other.
I feel that for you, though. I feel that for you. I could absolutely say that.
You know?
You're giving Kate Middleton.
I get that a lot.
You must get that a lot. I'm looking at you and I'm like...
I get told that I look like Kate Middleton sometimes. Not so much anymore, but back when...
Yeah. Totally giving Kate. I shout out to Harry and William. Like, I'm a fan. I love them.
We all love,
I love them. Okay, so what was it like dating at that point right afterwards? Like, how did you process that? Did you give it a little space? Did you jump right in? So for people who are maybe going through this right now, going through a divorce, like, how long did you give yourself?
I'd give myself almost no time at all.
Oh,
and that came from...
Not today.
It came from a wound, you know, because I was like, I just got rejected by the love of my life. I haven't even looked at a man in 10 years. Like, I really was not interested in other men when I was married. I wasn't, you know?
Sarah, yeah.
And so I was like, are there even hot guys at 31? Like, are they all married? I know. I'm like, oh my God. The world was at my fingertips, you know, and I didn't know.
She's like, I'm 30. It's over for me.
Yeah. That was how I felt. So I was like, I got to get out there. I got to figure out, you know, if guys are even into me.
Right.
And so I started dating too soon, but it was fine. I mean, I've been dating pretty much nonstop ever since.
Have you had any long-term relationships since your marriage?
Yeah. I've had a couple. I mean, it depends. You know, my longest was two years.
Okay.
And we got engaged. This was just a couple years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sarah, you going through it, girl. And so now we are back in the dating streets. And that girl, that's what I call it, in the dating streets. And it is, I always say, it's wild out here. Yeah. It is really wild out here.
And hard.
It is. It is.
It's really hard.
And dating at a certain age, you know, you do start to your standards and things that you're like, okay, well, you know what? That's okay. He only has 4 fingers. I don't need a 5th finger. It's totally fine. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is.
Start compromising.
You really do start compromising. But there are points that I need to hear. And you do want children is one of them.
Yes.
Because I dated someone for a bit and he was unsure. And then I found out he had a vasectomy.
And he didn't. Oh my God. What a betrayal.
And he was like, I can get it reversed. You know, for the right person, but it's like, come on. But he'd already had 2 children. Yeah. So you know, he wasn't really thinking about that.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking I dotted all my I's, crossed all my T's, asked the right questions. And at the end of it all, he ghosted me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like,
it's hard out there.
It is. And just
we compromise, and even the ones we compromise for treat us terribly.
Talk about that. Can we talk about that?
Like, sir, I lowered my standards for you. Don't ghost me.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, how did we get here? Yeah. Right? And just this feeling of like, I was talking about this in another episode, the feeling of getting to the lifing with someone, right? Like all the fun stuff, the butterflies, like, oh, that's great. But finding someone now who's willing to do the work, because in my age range, it's like people have been married and a lot of people are maybe just getting divorced and they just kind of want to see what's out there. Yeah. They don't know if they want to get locked down again. Yeah. And it's really difficult. What's your experience been like?
In terms of finding someone who wants the same things as I do, I think in my experience, there are lots of men out there who want the same things that I do at my age or younger. I sometimes will.
Can we dab in the younger? Because listen, Sarah, girl, same. I was opposed to it, but now I'm like,
for a long time. And then I hit a point and I was like, why?
Why? Especially like, honestly, if they're acting the same in some ways, I'm like, oh, I might as well go a little younger. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Honestly, I think sometimes younger men are less damaged and more hopeful. And if you can find one, especially if you find one who's willing to date a woman who's a little bit older, to me, that also kind of checks some values boxes. They're not the guy who needs to prove himself by dating someone 10 years younger than he is. So I like dating younger men. I mean, I'll date people across the age spectrum.
Right.
But, you know,
I do have a minimum.
Only date.
Yeah. I'm a minimum. You know what I mean? But shout out to Jessica Alba right now, who's dating a younger guy. I think Jessica Alba's like 44, 45.
I saw the headline. Who was it, though?
It's Rodriguez something. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
But we'll put a little picture up. But I think he's like 32, 33.
Yeah.
So I was like...
Larry did it.
Yes. And I don't know if you've seen the show out right now, The Hunting Wives.
I've heard of it. I have not seen it yet.
It's so good. But Malin Ackerman, her husband, is giving 9 years younger. Shout out to you, queen, you know? And so it's funny, like you say, like if you put this stuff out there, like you'll find it like in terms of like, oh, I want to reframe, like saying all men are this, all men are that. But if I'm thinking to myself, you can make it work with a younger man, it's like then all of a sudden, then younger men are just like appearing.
It's true.
They just start to appear.
Well, I heard this idea that the universe is an algorithm and it gives you what you attend to, what you pay attention to.
Hey, Sarah, I
right?
remember that, yeah.
And so if you are in a loop, understandably, of men are garbage, there's no good ones left, I do think, it depends on how you want to think about this. Either it actually programs the universe to send you more of that, or if you think about it just in terms of human psychology, like it primes the brain to see that more.
Yeah.
And so I try to stay hopeful as I can and I do have the experience of there being a lot of wonderful guys out there. The challenge for me is finding one who actually fits. Well, can I tell you about what I call my true love trifecta?
True love trifecta, guys. Let's do it.
My true love trifecta, the 3 things that I look for, they rhyme, okay? The first one is desire. That's the easiest one to understand.
Ooh, okay.
We all want sexual desire. We need a partner that we're attracted to, okay? I've been in relationships. Okay, there's 3 boxes we need to check, and I've been in relationships where only 2 of the 3 have been checked, including one where desire was not present. So I know what it's like to live in a relationship where you don't have that.
No desire, Sarah?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's hard.
Rough.
It's not like 0, but I'm saying like
it's given what it needs to give.
It's not crossing the threshold to where it needs to be.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. Vagina tingle, babe. Vagina tingle.
Yeah, we need it, right? Also, if you're going to be in a long-term relationship, you need enough of it in the beginning that when it starts to fade, you still have some left. That's the challenge, I think. So desires is the first of the true love trifecta. You have to have that.
Okay.
Then what I call admire, which is admiration. This to me is the love feeling. Admiration, respect. This person makes me want to be a better person. I can't believe this person wants to be with me. I feel good about myself. Not like I have poor self-worth and I use someone else to
Yeah.
But like if this person is my peer, that really says something about the both of us. Like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we're equals and I admire this person and it's a deep well of respect and love for each other.
Okay.
So desire, admire, we covered. And then the last one is conspire, which is friendship. It's like, right? Can we put our heads together? Are we a good team? Do we problem solve well?
Can we life
Do
together?
We have fun together, right? Because there's sexual fun, but then there's also just play. Can we play?
Can we be goofy together?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I have had a hard time finding a man who checks all 3 of those.
That's not even that crazy of boxes to be checked, though.
You would think not, but
right?
It's hard out there.
Like desire, admire, respect, and then conspire together.
Yeah.
Yeah, laughter in a relationship is so important. I dated someone for 4 years. We barely laughed.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. That was a different Drea who was really just not well.
Yeah.
But, I look back on that and I'm such a fun, goofy person. And that part of me just slowly started to just change. I remember my mom said to me, she's like, you're not yourself.
Uh-huh.
Like when a relationship starts chipping at your own foundation and core, it's like, it's time to go. And I love what you talked about with the sexual desire, because like some people are like, it's not that important, it's going to go. But a married friend of mine said something so important to me today, because I was dating, not today, but at a certain point, and I was dating this guy, and that part of our relationship was like, not great.
Yeah.
But the other things were wonderful. And she goes, Drea, I've been with my guy for 11 years. We started at like a 10. Like their sexual attraction was nuts. And now they've been together for 11 years. It changes a little bit.
It does, yeah.
So like if you're starting at a 5, babe,
yeah,
like that ain't your dude.
Yeah.
And my therapist said to me, she's like, do you want to rip his clothes off? And I was like, I don't.
I love a therapist who's asking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I absolutely do not.
Yeah.
She's like, Drea, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And you can't force that chemistry. Right?
Mm-mm.
And so then that leads me to the next topic of like the loneliness that comes with, dating. How do you deal with that? For me, there's things that I love to do and all those things, but there are moments where I just feel really behind and I get really scared and I don't feel shame of saying these feelings, because it's like, yes, I do enjoy my alone time. And my mom says to me, one day you're going to be a mom hiding in the bathroom, wishing you had 5 minutes of silence.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, great. No problem. I love that. I want to experience that too.
Yeah. Wait, so you're asking like
the loneliness.
Deal with loneliness.
Yeah.
I think there's, as a therapist, I think people kind of look at therapists and feel like you have the answer to solve for this problem.
Right.
I don't really think there is an answer to solve for loneliness. For me, when I feel lonely, I try to just feel lonely. I try not to run away from it. I try not to distract myself. I mean, sometimes I'll do a little bit of that, but for the most part, I'll just try to be with it. I have things what I call sick days. I don't actually call in sick from work, but I kind of call out from life, where it's like, I'm not going to go to the grocery store and force myself to go to the gym today and like pretend that I feel okay when I don't. I'm literally just going to lay in bed and cry if I need to cry. And I find that I can shake it off quicker that way. I mean, I have girlfriends, right? I call my girlfriends. I talk to my mom. I put my stuff out onto social media, and it really helps me, actually.
Yeah.
I chronicle that stuff. I mean, that's one of the ways that I deal with heartache too, not just loneliness, but when my heart gets broken, I try to make art out of it.
And it's how creative are you when your heart's broken?
Oh my God, it's like an endless bottomless pit.
It's a bottomless pit. And I mean, if everything's going right in my relationship, I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if I have much
exactly. I don't have anything to say.
Got nothing for you, but have a great day. I'm in love.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's why all the best art comes from when we have broken hearts.
Exactly. Yeah. And I remember Pink said that because, she's married, the artist.
Yeah.
And she said, she made the best music when her heart was being stomped on. I mean, that's why Taylor Swift, same thing. Adele said that too. Her best albums because she got her heart stomped on. But when everything was working out, she was like, I'll see what I can do. Oh, I love this hair flip, by the way.
I knew I needed a flip.
It's
I just
so
felt
cute.
it. I felt it deep down.
Yeah. This is giving good hair flip. God, you look like Kate Middleton. It is so crazy. I can't unsee it now. So yeah, we're talking about loneliness, how we're handling this in dating. And some of the things that I do is, I call my girlfriends, and I want to give a shout out to my girlfriends that allow for that space. Because sometimes I just need to be in there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I don't ever want to take somebody out of whatever journey they're on. Now, if it's like, you've been doing it for like 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, we got to get up.
Let's get up and do something.
Let's get up and do something. But if it just happened to you and you need a moment to kind of process it, and I agree with you. I think just giving into it in that moment, it's okay. And I love a call out day. Girl, when I wake up and I know I ain't got nowhere to be.
Yes.
I got to keep my little clothes on. I can go watch my TV.
Exactly. I'm just going to binge watch some shows. I'm going to go get some food.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a type A, so it's hard for me to give myself permission to do that. So I have to brand it and be like, today is a sick day. I'm allowed to do this.
Because I'm like, I need to make something. I need to create something. I need to do something. And I will try to find, something for myself to do. But I end up really burning myself out, which then also translates into my dating burnout.
100%.
Which, are you on the apps, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you get it.
I'm in the trenches.
You're in the trenches, babe. And I always say this, I'm like, if I hear another happy Wednesday, another happy Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
How's your weekend?
Yes.
And it's like, look, guys, I get it. Because they're like, what do you want us to say? What are we supposed to say? I'm like, I don't know, ChatGPT.
Be creative, yeah.
Be creative, right?
ChatGPT exists, so you don't have excuses anymore.
And also, can you please ask us questions?
Yeah.
All you guys out there writing and not asking any questions, just saying, I live in Laguna Beach. Okay, and what?
Period. Question mark at the end of that sentence.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I don't know if you've experienced it or not, but I find it so mind-blowing. My favorite song is this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like an easy, alley-oop for you just to ask me what my favorite song is. But no.
Yes. But, I mean, I only do that one time. If a guy doesn't ask me a question, I'll punt it back to him with a question. And if it happens twice,
You're done.
Watching. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out there. And I live in Sacramento, so it's not like the hugest dating pool. But even in Sacramento, it's like there's more fish in the sea. I don't like doing this.
What's it like dating as a therapist? With that well of knowledge that you have. And also when you tell people you're a therapist, is that a thing? Are they like, oh, okay.
I've been stalked twice.
Stop it.
So I don't tell people I'm a therapist anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. That's a whole
Dang.
story. But yeah, I used to have on my profile that I was a therapist, and guys would look me up and find my professional website where I have my phone number listed. And then they would come to my office. I had a guy come to my physical office, and then I had another guy pretend to be a client on a video call. And he set up a maybe I want to do therapy call and to ask me out on a date.
Because I was like, how did you figure it out?
He told me right away. He was like, I'm not here for therapy. I'm here to ask you out. Mm-hmm.
I'm so crazy. I'm like, that sounds romantic.
That's what I think he was hoping for. And I was absolutely horrified. I was like...
You're like, I am a therapist. This is completely inappropriate.
Yes, wildly inappropriate. And I felt absolutely humiliated. I was really upset. Yeah,
oh
I hung the call up.
Yeah. And what did you say to him? Did you just immediately end the call?
I mean, I kept it really professional. I said, so... let me just make sure I understand what you're saying. You are not here for therapy. And he said, no, I'm not here for therapy. And I said, okay, I'm going to end the call.
Wow, Sarah, that's scary.
It is scary. Yeah. So I don't tell people about my social media account until our first date. I will tell people on our first date because I'm making content about my dating life. And so I want people to have consent. So I do tell people on the first date about my account.
Okay. I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah. And usually it's fine. But one guy got really mad at me and was like, I feel like you're only here for content.
I was going to ask you about that content creating with dating, because like people eventually will know that I have a podcast.
Yeah.
And then a lot of questions of, well, are you only here to get content?
Yes.
You
get that
same
too?
thing to all of them.
What do you say?
I'm like, honey, it's up to you.
Yes. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, do you have content to give me? Are you going to say something weird? Because that's on you, not on me.
We follow the Taylor, we follow the Taylor Swift criteria. It's like, who do we know about? The bad exes. Who does she not sing about? The ones who treated her right.
Thank you. Those
I
are the
love
rules
that. We follow.
It's seriously. So if you're going to say some weird stuff to me, like this one guy said to me, his fantasy was to be with a black woman. Yeah, I'm talking about you on the show. It's like,
that's just fair game.
do you know what I mean? And by the end of the call, girl, he was drunk and also told me he was trying to get sober at the same effing time. I heard a little, and I was like, that didn't sound like a Pepsi. That didn't sound like a Coke. And then by the end, he goes, were you judging me? And I was like, okay. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to talk about that on my show because it's great content.
Yeah. If I start to like somebody and we're spending more time with them, I will look them up on Megan's Law.
I don't even know what Megan's Law is.
Oh, that's for sex offenders.
Oh my gosh. And the thing is, it's like, first of all, we're women, right? This guy messaged me the other night at 1:16 a.m. said, do you want to come over, grab a bite? That was his first
guys like that.
message to me.
No, hell no.
Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to your house. But the sad thing is, Sarah, and listen, if you're at this spot in your life, you live your life. But there are women that will do it.
There are.
Yeah. They will go over at 1:16 and have a taco. You know what I mean? But it ain't going to be me. It ain't going to be me. I'll tell you that. Or this guy messaged me spontaneously of like, do you want to get together now? He was in downtown LA. He lived in Long Beach. I'm in bed with my cats.
No.
Living my best life. And he's like, oh, are you available now? 11:45.
No, I don't even go out with guys who ask me out for the same day. If I'm talking to someone and they're like, let's go to dinner tonight. I'm like, sir, no, I need a little bit more time to prep for this.
My producer has
strong
stance
with
on
me.
That. So exactly, I need a little prep. I need to know what time.
Yes,
totally. Yeah. I don't mind it if we've already been out. Like I don't mind. It's like, oh, you want to hang out today?
Yeah.
But yeah, like the same day, like for a first date, I'm always like, no, I don't do it. But if it's like the next day, I don't mind. But I usually do a coffee date.
Coffee dates
for a first date. What do you do?
Never dinner.
Never dinner, right?
Unless he's like so dreamy, and I'm like, all right. Amen. I always know better. I know better, and I do it anyway because I get fooled sometimes. But
yeah, I was talking about this in a solo episode about that guy. You're scrolling through the apps, and most people are just like, it's fine. But every now and then, there's a profile you see, and you're like, I mean, I'll go wherever it needs to be.
What
do I need to go?
What plans do I need to cancel? Yes.
And those are the scary ones because then I don't always act like myself.
Yeah.
And it can get a little performative.
Yes.
Because I want it to go right.
No.
And then I usually say something weird and then
it's fine. Then they're done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. But every now and then you have those profiles you get really excited about. And I'm like, well, I mean, maybe it's okay. It's the same day.
Yeah, I know. I know, girl. I talk myself into and out of stuff I shouldn't be doing all the time. But I try not to. I don't do booty calls.
No.
I don't do same day dates. What else? I mean, I don't get sexual. Guys who text me right away who are like, even if they make a comment about my body, they're done. And
I just, I don't understand what's happening out there. You know what I mean? Because I think some of the men that in the age range I date, they also date younger. Like they're dating maybe 25, 26, and
totally.
There's no judgment. But I think those conversations are a lot different than with a woman in my age range. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be sexual with you in a first phone call. The drunk guy I just told you about got sexual. It told me that he wasn't getting sexual, right? So he started gaslighting me. And he's like, so what do you think? Like, what do you like in bed? Like, I mean, are you like what's your freak meter?
No.
Yes. And I go, hey, this conversation's getting like a little, I don't want to talk about this stuff. I was like, this is the second time I've told you. So I'm going to have to get off the phone. Yeah. He's like, well, you're asking me all these deep questions. And I was like,
deep?
Like, what are your
Now we're calling
just
me
with
up.
dating? When you're dating, you know what I mean? I was like, how is that deep? Like, I don't understand what's happening right now. But they will cross your boundaries, and people will try you. They will try you because if you say whatever, a lot of people bend.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, okay, you said no, but what's your freak meter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So where are you at right now? Are we still on the apps? How are we feeling with dating currently?
What am I doing right now? I guess I went on 3 dates last week.
Okay, same person?
No.
Okay.
All
good for
first
you, Sarah.
dates.
Love it.
None of them really turned into anything.
What do you think it was?
Why they didn't?
Yeah, was it an attraction thing? Did
One
they
of them
say
was
something?
attraction. Damn. One of them was like, I knew going in that I was going to be too attracted to him.
Ooh,
he had tattoos everywhere. You know, he had pictures of himself at Burning Man. I was like, this is not good for me.
No.
But I have to see, you know?
Yeah, you got to see.
Yeah. And he was the one that got mad and thought I was using it for content.
Oh, did you so you tell them on the date?
I tell them on the date.
Yes.
I mean, I try to.
Because I imagine if they see your profile, they're going to be like, well, what is going on here?
If they see my dating profile?
No, your Instagram profile.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, I try not to identify anybody, so I technically can do whatever I want. But I do
too. I don't say anybody's
I know,
name.
but I still think in like a little human decency goes a long way, letting people know what's
absolutely.
Going on. Yeah. So with that guy, I mean, we were vibing, but he, you know what he kept doing? He kept going like this in the middle of the date. And he like on purpose. It wasn't even like sly. I don't think he was trying to be sly. I think he was doing it like it would be a compliment to me. Like he was trying to be like, hey girl, I'm feeling you. And I was like,
what are you doing?
Can you not? Like, right. What is going on here? Like we're in a coffee shop at 11 a.m.
That's what's I'm imagining nighttime or lights.
No.
You know?
No.
Like, no, sun's out, we have a latte.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it was just not the vibe. And I don't know. It just felt... When you've been dating for long enough, you kind of get a feeling for a guy who you wouldn't normally go for, but who's bad for you. And I was just getting that feeling in the date. And so I was like, I gotta piece out of here. And I think he was actually having a similar experience with me. I don't think he was really into me, which is fine.
And so was there any texting afterwards? How do you navigate that, these texting after the date?
Well, we got in a fight on text after.
Sarah,
yeah, we got in a fight.
I gotta go. What do you mean you got into a fight?
Okay. He texted me a Taylor Swift thing right away.
Taylor is coming up a lot today.
I love Taylor Swift, so I talk about her a lot. We had talked about her on the date.
Even before the show today. Taylor's because of the.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
yeah. She's been coming up a lot.
She's in the meta consciousness. But we had talked about it because he was a very cool guy, and so he didn't like Taylor Swift.
Too cool.
And I was like, listen, everyone likes Taylor Swift, and if you don't, you're missing out. She's a genius and a business. She's literally one of the smartest people of our time. Like,
oh my God.
Just because she's blonde and wears red lipstick. Anyway, so we were talking about that, and he was like, well, what do you think I would like? And we were talking about it, and so he sent me something about Taylor Swift. There goes my earring again. We'll just leave it off. And I sat on it for a little while. I responded in kind. I sent him something about Taylor Swift back. And then he responded, I feel like...
Oh, God.
I feel like you only went on the date with me for content.
That was his response?
Yeah. And I said...
What?
Yeah. And I knew I didn't want to see him again already.
Okay.
I was gonna tell him that, but what I said instead was basically like, I'm really sorry that you feel that way. I would never want anyone to feel that way, that I'm using them.
Right, of course.
So I said, I'm so sorry that you were left feeling that way. I can understand. You didn't know I was a content creator. So that was something to digest really quickly. I totally get it. I'm looking for my person. That's why I date.
And what did he say?
He gave me a thumbs up.
Oh, another thumbs up. I hate.
He gave me a thumbs up. And so I just unmatched.
Sick. I'm sick.
It was awful. It was like, if we're fighting, I mean, I already knew that it was like, there was like something kind of toxic going on.
You can always feel it.
I knew it with the tattoos and the Burning Man. I was like, this is not going to go well.
That's such a burner, Sarah.
Yeah.
Going next week.
Oh, is it next week? I've never been.
Yeah, I'm a burner through and through.
I'm a little straight edge, and so I get like a little freaked out by it.
Yeah, totally. It is a scary place. It can be scary if you're super straight edge. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would go with the right people and stuff, but anyway, I have never been. No judgment to people who go to Burning Man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just like, I don't think this is quite the vibe, but he's kind of hot. I want to see where this goes, and then
And I love that you're being honest about that, because attraction, I've talked about this, it can be so distracting. You know what I mean? And that feeling of, and I want to ask you how you navigate this. It's like, someone, you're like, this person could like take me out emotionally.
Yes.
This could be kind of crazy, because I'm actually going through something similar to that right now. Like with a younger guy, someone.
How many years younger?
Caught me off. It's a lot younger.
Okay.
Like a decade. So he caught me off guard. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, oh, this guy's not going to I mean, he's fine. He's kind of goofy, whatever, you know? And we had this connection that has like knocked me off my feet.
Yeah.
Like, but it's so intense that I'm like, oh, no. You're going to bring out old Drea.
Yes.
Like all that work I've done could potentially go out the window if I continued this kind of interaction.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I track now. Because what that sounds like to me is you have the admire piece. You're like googly-eyed for him.
Googling.
You have the desire piece. You obviously are having the vagina tingles, right?
Yes.
But is it friendship worthy? Like, is this someone who you trust, that you can bring your feelings to, that you can have a calm conversation with, problem solve with? Like, that's what that's how I think of it.
Yes. And some of those components are there, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. And so that's why it's been really crazy. But the intensity is just really high. Twin flame. My producer just said twin flame.
Twin flame. Oh,
yeah. I mean, it's just so intense, like eye gazing for 5 minutes, holding hands. We even did this like breathing thing together where we like hugged each other and did like took a deep. I mean, it's intense.
Oh, that's like.
And there's been no physical intimacy. Girl, listen, thank baby Jesus.
Well,
been no physical
I was going to say, that's the self-protection.
Yeah, because I
know.
Good
for you.
I know.
Are you going to see him again?
I mean, I want
Of course you are. Of course you are. Why am I even asking?
But the thing is, I don't even know if I know how not to. And some of it's like my current state with dating is that I've just given up in terms of thinking everyone is my husband and trying to find the one. I think I'm exhausted of it right now.
Same.
And if you're dating out there as much as Sarah and I are dating right now, it's just like there's a part of me that just has to relinquish control because dating is starting to not feel fun.
Totally.
And it's like this is
it's like a job interview.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, I'll be on these calls with men for like an hour and I'm like, I don't want to date with this guy. Like, what am I doing?
Yes.
Yes. And then like going from the profile picture to their actual photos of what they really look like. Because I usually try to find the Instagram, the Facebook. You find a lot of stuff on Facebook. And I'm like, this is what they actually look like. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Right?
Well, then it feels, and then it's, that's a whole other thing. Because then you start to get into the world of like honesty and misrepresentation. It's not just like, okay, so someone has a fake photo, but it's also like, how honest of a person are you? Can I trust you with the other stuff that you're telling me? Like that you don't have a vasectomy? Like how far does this go? And I think coming from a relationship, my marriage, where I realized there was stuff going on that I didn't know about and there had been some dishonesty, I'm very sensitive to that kind of thing.
Exactly. And if you see any of those things, it's really difficult. Before we let you go, is there any advice you want to give to women dating over 40, jumping back into the dating world, navigating all these emotions of it? What would you say to them?
I mean, I would not give advice, but I would say it's okay to take breaks, right? I think if you're on a biological clock, it can feel like you cannot step off the rat race kind of a thing. And I think that is probably my biggest regret personally, is that I tried to keep dating at times when I really should have just taken a break because I was freaked out about my age and time passing and all of that. But then so it's okay to take breaks. It's hard for everybody. The fact that it's hard does not mean that you're doing it wrong. And the most important thing I think always is that, the only person that you're guaranteed to spend the rest of your life with is you. That's it. And even if you find your soulmate, you're not guaranteed that you're going to spend
Love that,
right?
Nugget.
And so if you're not in a relationship with yourself that is friendly, then nothing else matters. And so it's not about doing workshops or reading books or doing self-improvement. That stuff is important. But if you're not just in a basically friendly relationship with yourself, then nothing else is going to fly.
Girl, bye.
Yeah.
Love that. Oh my God, that was such a good little nugget. All right, so we're now going to play red flag, green flag, and you have to say red flag or green flag for those who are just listening, not getting the visual experience.
Say it.
As you said, yes. So make sure you say red flag, green flag. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Dating, red flag, green flag. Says I love you after 2 weeks.
Red flag. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just letting my arms do it.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh,
yeah.
Red flag. Okay. Yes.
Red flag. Has children.
Oh, green flag.
Love that. Has bad style. He shows up on the date and you're like, whoa.
can we do like a brown flag or like a beige flag? Listen, it's good and bad because it means that maybe he's someone who can be shaped,
Okay.
formed by a partner, and maybe they're not someone who's very shallow.
Okay.
However, in my heart of hearts,
Yeah.
it's a red flag.
Ooh.
You know, because I want someone, again, it's that admire thing. It's like when I'm in a room full of many people, feel proud to be with this person.
I do like a man that can dress, though. It
the
is
best
really
feeling.
nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice. Okay. Can only share his feelings if he's drinking.
Oh, huge double red. If I had 5 of these, I'd be flagged. No.
Wants to share locations with you after 3 months.
3 months?
He's like, Sarah, I want to share a location with you.
Probably red.
Oh.
I've never shared location with anyone but my mom, and I don't plan to start now.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah.
Girl, hey.
And even her, I had to set boundaries with.
Exactly. Okay, I know the answer to this one, but we're going to ask it anyway. He has cats.
Oh, that's a green flag. Yeah. Animals of any kind.
Right?
Yeah.
I love a guy who has animals.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Kids, animals.
His mom still does his laundry.
I guess a red flag. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's a red flag.
That's
it's
a red
not
flag.
a huge red flag, but it's definitely red.
Yes. Is a content creator himself, makes videos on TikTok.
God, this is the real question.
And he's like, Sarah, let's do a dance video, babe.
I would say green. I love a creative.
Okay.
A creative soul.
Okay, I love it. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
We did it. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. You have been fabulous, and I would love for you to come back for a part 2.
Drea, you just tell me.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful. And are you going to say where you can find me?
Yes, I was going to say, let us know where you can find you.
You can find me on Instagram or TikTok at heysarahTherapy.com. At Hey Sarah Therapy.
No, I love it. Oh my God, your content is amazing. So you guys make sure that you check it out. All right, guys, as always, don't forget this is the place for the hot mess expresses and the black sheeps of love. Make sure you like, follow, and comment down below. And I will see you guys all again soon. Bye.